Madness. Nobody ever aspires to become a second-hand dealer or pawnbroker. So when Peter called me one day to say he had this brilliant idea and I must come and have a look-see, I said to him, what are you talking about? He says, we've come across this second-hand dealer and pawnbroker from Australia. I think it could work in South Africa. I was hugely skeptical.
So it all started in 1994, and I gave Richard a call and explained to him as broadly based as I could what the concept was about.
He'd got a video, a VHS video in those days from Cash Converters in Perth.
We were intrigued with the concept, and I went and saw the operation in the UK, and Richard hopped on a plane and went to Perth.
Met Brian Cummings, the founder of Cash Converters International, and the more I got to understand it, the more evident it became to me that there was definitely an opportunity here.
And when we came back, we sort of looked at one another, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and we both gave the thumbs up. So the first 10 years were about getting the business, establishing it, localizing it, and then expanding it. And expanding it on the franchise model side.
We decided to put pawnbroking into the business in around about 2007, 2008, post the implementation of the National Credit Act.
We then moved into unsecured micro-lending. And this really I began that journey of moving the brand into a financial services, a financial credit granting business.
It's a business that's been around for 1 million years, and all Richard and Cash Converters actually did was professionalize it because it was dark and dingy and ugly. And most of the market that comes to us now wouldn't have gone to the dark and dingy places to actually do their trade.
We've modified the business model over the years to ensure that our franchisees have dynamic, profitable businesses that are sustainable.
If our franchisee does well, we do well. If we do well, the franchisee needs to do well. And that common incentive, I think, is the core to our success.
It's very much a hand-in-hand process. We can always pick up the phone and ask them whether it's a legal thing, whether it's a difficult customer, whatever the case may be, they always are there to help you out.
You've got 3 income streams that can protect each other, that can generate wealth. That's key to kind of why we did this.
I feel it's very relevant in the South African market. People are always looking for cash or looking for great deals, and we kind of have both those things.
But I mean, there's not a mark on this one.
No. I mean, we get some really nice things in here for really good price.
I know that. Oh, I think I'll do this actually.
If we have this unequal society, we position ourselves perfectly in the middle to help redistribute assets as they have to go through the different parts of their lifespan, and that really appealed to me.
It's one of those businesses that once you're in it, it's fabulous. We say it's Marmite. You either love it or you hate it, and the people that love it have been around for years.
Testimony of that is our first franchisee, whom I signed 30 years ago, is still with us today.
My brother-in-law, Barry Malt, was at a loose end, and I said to him, I think I've got something that we need to go for. The two of us signed the first franchise in South Africa in 1995 and opened the first store in Belleville.
And Martin used to come visit me every day at the shop and watch the bar shop starting. And then he says, no, sorry, you're not going to do this on your own. This is far too much fun. We will give up our formal income and we will do it.
I'm also pleased to say that many of our head office staff have taken the opportunity to move into store land and become franchisees and business owners.
Operations is where the techie hits the ground. It's, the theory meets the practical. And I thought that it gave me the edge in my job as national operations, knowing what happens inside the store.
So obviously, because I work with the numbers and I understand the model, I just thought it made complete sense to also buy into the Cash Converters group. It's also a great way to get the family involved. It was a great solution for us, and also to leave a legacy.
We were young and stupid and had energy, so we thought we could kind of make anything work. And here we are, 9 years later.
Any regrets?
Not at this stage, yeah. If I did it 20 years ago, I would have retired now, yeah. But
It's exciting, it's vibey, it's different. You can't ever go, oh, I'm going to get bored at work. You can't get bored because there's just so much going on.
And there's so many aspects of this business. It's just not one thing. So there's so many things to focus. So you're like almost juggling balls the whole time.
It's evolved from salt and pepper shakers to diamond rings. In those days, the high tech was not flowing in the door. So when you really got one, it was a real wow. Put it in a window with a big spotlight on it, and it was, everybody stood and watched it because you knew it would sell.
Do you remember when we first got that computer here that had a hard drive in it? Because originally they were 286s with floppy drives, that sort of thing, and then we got a hard drive.
I can still remember the first two exciting things that I bought was a His Master's Voice wind-up gramophone. I would never ever see one of these things in my life, and yeah, somebody walks in and sells it to me.
Junk to you is gold to me. Not everybody can afford to go into a brand new store, but if you look around, we don't necessarily sell old stuff.
You never know what to expect. You never know what's going to come into your buy shop.
In 2020, a big milestone in all of our lives was COVID, and we used that time to reinvent ourselves in many ways. Our web shop has been able to migrate customers into an online platform environment, and it won't be long until we become the biggest second-hand online dealer in South Africa, with a particular focus on pre-owned jewelry.
Stores purchase the product from the consumers, push it through the jewelry processing center. That delivers an outcome that is refurbished jewelry, as good as new, with valuation certificates for products that are over 5,000 Rand.
My wife came into the store, she saw a ring that she really liked. I came back over here with Mary's help, got the ring, had to put it in a beautiful box, and then I was able to propose with that ring, and my wife said yes.
So when someone needs to buy something and you can't afford a brand new thing with a market value, you always know that when you come to Cash Converters, you'll come out with a smile.
We've opened our first store in Nigeria last year, which is very exciting, and we'd like to take the brand effectively into the rest of Africa.
Our vision has always been to address financial inclusion issues in the continent and in the developing world.
We launched a product, what we call the Cashies card.
You can go to ATM, any ATM in the country, and you can draw money out of it. We can transfer money into it, so now suddenly you have a bank account.
We are bridging the gap between the haves and the have-nots, and they can come to us, especially in the time of need.
So you've come to us because you want money, you want access to cash. We'll find a way to give it to you. And they can walk out there going, you know, I got in my car this morning, I went somewhere for help, I've left, and I have a solution to my problem, and off I go again.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngibe yihero emphakathini for ukuthola i-opportunity yokuthola ibhizinisi efana nale ngoba umlomo abawuvali ngale bhizinisi ngokusizakala abantu bebengayazi eSoweto.
We're not just here to make money or to have a business, but we're here to help the business, to help the community.
Not only are the franchisees building businesses for themselves and for their family, but they're also providing very important job opportunities into the marketplace.
I've been with the company for 28 years in total. Started off at Cash Converters Brackenfell as a cashier and worked my way up until now where I'm shareholder franchisee at this branch.
I think every customer is known here because you are here, they are more interested in not just you spending your money here, they are also interested in knowing who you are, where you're coming from. Whenever you need cash, you don't want to go anywhere else because it begins to become like your second home.
Anytime I come and visit, they are my friends. I call them friends. They all know me. My name is Mrs. Thompson. I walked into Pero one day and it was Valentine's Day and they had all these loudspeakers going. And as I walked in, they announced my name. Happy Valentine's Day, I nearly died of.
They had a competition. Fortunately, I was one of the winners of 20 grand, of which I spent it again at Cash Converters.
We do make a difference. We might not see it but we do. We do help people along. And I feel that's what we're about.
Just putting smiles on people's faces, you know, whether it be in terms of finances or in terms of assets or goods that we do sell. It's always good to just see people knowing that they can come in and walk out with something.
Where do you get a job where you spend your life helping people? I think that's a really cool thing to do on a daily basis.
In the final analysis, the business is all about the people. Together, we can deliver a better result than acting as individuals.
Thank you wholeheartedly on behalf of our international board for what you've achieved here. We're really proud of all of the effort that you've put in and really sincerely thank you for everything you've achieved in Southern Africa.
I just want to say happy birthday to Cash Converters, 30th birthday.
Yes, happy 30th birthday for Cash Converters.
Happy birthday, Cash Converters.
Happy 30th birthday to Cash Converters.
Happy 30th birthday, Cash Converters.
Happy 30th birthday, Cash Converters.
Happy 30th birthday, Cash Converters.
Happy birthday, Cash Converters Africa. Well done for what you've achieved. It's an absolutely incredible achievement.